Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of Isaac Yaps, which is the name that I have decided to go with. I usually have way too much on my mind, and this is hopefully a way to get it out and maybe share it with some people. If like one person even enjoys this, then that's a W. If you don't want to watch it, if you don't want to listen to me yap, then I'm sorry, but I'm going to yap. So that's what this channel's for, is just yapping until I can't yap anymore. Anyway, today's episode, I really wanted to talk about my obsession with death, which sounds like I'm trying to be an edgy 2014 teenager who can't hang up the posters that he wants to in his room, which I'm aware of. But it's been really basically ruining my life, honestly, for the past like 2 years in a very frustrating way. So I've been going to therapy for I don't know, since 2020. So what is that, like 4 years by now? On and off here and there. And I also got diagnosed with bipolar like around the same time. But then a couple years in, the diagnosis somehow, for whatever reason, changed, and now they're saying that I have OCD, which, feels right to me, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I just have these thoughts, and I don't know if it's OCD. I don't know if I have anything. I don't know if X, Y, Z. At the end of the day, I just feel the way that I feel. And one of the biggest issues that I've been dealing with the past, I'd say, about 2 years has been death. And I've looked it up. Apparently it's called death obsession, which is commonly found in patients who have OCD. A lot of people with OCD struggle with death obsession. Basically, any time that I am actively looking at something that is breathing or feeling something that is alive, my brain has this compulsive need to reflect on the fact that they are one day going to die. And it sucks. It's very conflicting for me because I've read a lot of books that talk about how important it is to reflect on your own mortality and the death of things, and life always comes in cycles and goes all around, and it's just a part of life. And I've heard that so much, and I don't know, I just feel the opposite about it because it's actively taking me out of the present moment. Unfortunately, though, for me, instead of reflecting on things in my life that are going to one day die, it doesn't help me stay in the present moment and appreciate the things around me, but instead it makes me feel just worthless, or as though the things around me mean nothing, because eventually it will become nothing, if that makes sense. That's the logic that my brain is trying to use at this given moment. And it's starting to trickle into every aspect of my life. I will go outside and talk to a stranger. I'll talk to my mom, even my wife. I'll pet my dogs. Anytime I do anything, it's just I'm in the moment for a second, and then all of a sudden I feel that intrusive thought of, oh wait, this thing or person is going to die one day along with myself. And so my brain tries to shut down and just think that it's all pointless, because eventually we will all just return to the ground. Hearing me say this out loud, it sounds like I need to grow my hair out and start listening to some severe heavy metal music and start yelling at my mom because I'm a rebellious teenager. But genuinely, it's this deep emotion inside of me that just comes out when I talk to people or pet my dogs or just exist. And it is so fucking annoying. It is genuinely taking me out of every moment and not helping me be grateful about the things and the people around me, and just making me focus on the end of the cycle, the end of our lives, instead of enjoy the fact that we still have so much, hopefully, life to live. I've looked it up, and from what I can understand, it's more of a impulsive, like intrusive thought that my brain keeps biting on. And I've been meditating a lot more, trying to disconnect from the feeling, or at least just not attach myself to the thought as much, because at this point it feels inevitable whenever I'm doing anything at all in my life, whenever I'm participating in any activity, if I'm being social, if I'm talking to somebody, I can't help but go into this dark space of thinking where it takes over. And I am biting on that food so much that it just consumes me and every thought process. And I understand that I'm playing with the fire here, because when the thought arises, I am actively participating in that thought and inviting it in and paying attention to it instead of ignoring it. But I feel so weak mentally when it comes to ignoring the thought of death. It as soon as it arises inside of my brain, it just takes over. It feels like a plague. It feels like a disease that spreads instantaneously in my brain. I could be so happy doing something, watching something, being with someone, being with myself, finding myself in the present moment. And as soon as this compulsive thought interrupts my mood, my day, whatever it is I'm doing, it then takes over. It just like kicks me out of the driving seat and starts steering every conversation, every topic that I will continue to spiral down. And it's been hard. At first, whenever this stuff started arising, I was a lot more thankful for it, because I felt like it was actually benefiting me in the beginning, reading books or hearing people talk about how reflecting on your own death is important, and understanding that, it's just a part of life. And I see the value in that. But for me, it's been a very slippery slope of accepting death and understanding it's a part of life versus obsessing about it and understanding that that's all that I can ever think of. It's like having this end goal. You know what I'm saying? It's my brain unable to process the fact that one day everything is going to end. One day this is all going to go back to wherever it came from. Whatever belief you have, whatever value system you chose to live your life on. And it has been really hard. It's been hard for me. It's definitely, sometimes it makes me appreciate the things around me more, because I'm able to have some more control over my thought process, and the idea that whatever it is I'm touching or talking with, or whoever it is, understanding that they are going to one day be gone, or I'm going to be gone and unable to do what I'm doing at that moment. It has its benefits. It makes me feel grateful at times. But then once my brain starts eating and chewing on that thought for too long, it just takes me over. And when it comes to finding solutions for this, I think it's more of a matter of just not engaging with the thought, and that there's nothing else that could help me with this problem at this moment. I've been on medications. I'm currently on medication for my OCD, and I've been meditating every day, trying to journal more, and those things help. Don't get me wrong, like, they have absolutely given me more strength and I guess more of an advantage in the fight with this weird intrusive thought. But it's just difficult on the days that it feels like I'm losing, and I feel like that happens more often than not. I've tried to get off the internet more, and I think the whole reason why I'm even starting this whatever YouTube channel this is more just for myself, and hopefully to help me process things, because for whatever reason, finding a way to create something out of the frustration that I'm feeling makes me have the ability to process it more. So if you're out there and maybe you're feeling shitty, or you can relate, or you have your own difficult battles that you're fighting, I definitely think that figuring out some type of outlet creatively that can give it more of a purpose helps tremendously. And that's what I'm trying to do with this channel and just with this video. So I don't know if me putting this trauma dump online for 3 people to see will help, but we'll see what happens. And I'll keep you guys updated. But that's my little yap for the day. That's my rant. Thank you for listening to me yap for however long this was. I don't even know. But I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you will continue to thrive in your life. And yeah.